Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here, and today we're going to talk about an interview question. These days I've been getting a lot of people asking me, how can I ace the interview? How can I find a new job? How can I set myself up strong for negotiation when I get an offer? And so today, let's talk about how to prepare yourself for that question related to salary. So they may ask you, what are your expectations for salary if you accept this position? And I have a framework for how you can prepare for that answer. So today we're going to talk about how to answer that question. All right? So let's get started. Number one, research the salary. When somebody asks you this type of question, you do want to make sure you do your research before you show up to the interview. Interviewers love to ask this question. It's very popular and it serves two purposes. One, they want to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what the role will be and how much you'll be compensated for that value. And two, they want to make sure they understand if you might be overqualified. You may be interviewing for a position where they're not prepared to pay that much, and clearly there's a disconnect. So you're going to find out one way or the other. But we do want to set you up for success. So let's get started here. I'm going to switch over to my desktop now. I have a number of tabs open. One is for Glassdoor. The other is for Indeed. The next one is for salary.com. And the fourth one is for Fishbowl. So let's get started with Glassdoor. You can see each one of these has pretty much the same opening page, which is, what are you looking for? Where are you located? So we'll get started right here. And I'm just going to type in a general positions, product manager, and we'll give a city. So I'm in the Chicago area, so I'll put Chicago. Then I'll hit the search. This is Glassdoor. And what you'll see here is it gives me a general salary, $125,000 for a product manager in the Chicago area. And if I scroll down, you'll see positions in the area and what they're paying on average. So you'll see how we start out here, starting around $74,000. This is most likely range. The median range is 74 to 216,000, depending on the position. And we're right here within the range. Medline Industries, 80,000, Morningstar, 99,000, Sears, 116,000, Motorola, Orbitz, Allstate, and Discover, 118,000. Coming down further, you'll see some of the higher prices, some of the higher salaries, 144,000 for technology company, Granger, 112. So you can see that you're falling into a range. And what we're starting to understand is different industries are going to pay different amounts. So this is one way you'll see it. Glassdoor shows you here in general where you can expect to fall in the Chicago area and the types of positions that are available for the companies in the area and what they'd be willing to pay. So we're starting with this 125,000 average. Now, if we go to salaries, to Indeed, we're going to do the same thing. Product manager, job title. And I can pick Chicago again. Click search. The number came up lower, $112,000 for a product manager salary in Chicago. And when we scroll down again, we're going to see top companies for product managers in Chicago, and it's going to show us a range. So VMware, 175, Meta, this is Facebook, Instagram, 172,000, Boeing, Oracle, Accenture, 158,000. And then down here, it tells you which cities in the Chicago area are going to be paying around that median price. Again, we're seeing here that for a product manager, typically you'll find that that type of work is showing up in tech companies and major Fortune 500 businesses. Now we're going to do the third one. What am I worth? So product manager. This is salary.com. Type in Chicago. And they get my salary estimate. So you'll see here under salary.com, it's asking you exactly what kind of product manager do you want. So we have here product manager 4, software product manager, web product manager. And if we scroll past the ads, We're looking here again, software product manager, software product manager. You could be in 3, 2, or 5. And you can also compare. You can compare all of these levels, but here, this is the thing here. Oh, here's product manager 1, back to product manager 4. If I scroll further down, we can see product management manager, product design manager. So you can see that they're giving us plenty of descriptions of the different roles. Product development manager. So I'm pretty far down, but I'm going to pick this one. And I click view salary, and it's calculating for me. And so here we are. It's giving me the full page. And it's telling me, again, where I am on average, $134,000, the median price of what I can expect in the Chicago area based on HR reported data, a national average with geographic differential. And we'll scroll down this way. And the good part about salary.com is it starts to provide you with open positions that are available in the area. So you can see here, it's telling us, here are some open positions: senior manager, product management at Capital One, Cresco Labs, LTD Commodities, US Cellular, right? And so you can actually apply for these jobs, but you can see that they're falling within the price that they came up with here on this graph on the median chart. Okay, so we now have looked at all 3 of these. And what are we learning? Salary.com is giving us 134,000. Indeed is giving us 112,000, and Glassdoor is giving us 125,000. And you can see around 125,000 is pretty much landing in between the 2 extremes, the highest and the lowest. And we can see the confident rating for Glassdoor. This is a reliable pay estimate. Glassdoor total pay estimate model returns a reasonable confidence score for this number, but could benefit from more data from users with similar salaries. These numbers are all pretty much within range. Actually, they're within $10,000 to $20,000 differential between the salaries. What does that tell us? So we're within range of what we're looking for. We're within $10,000 plus or minus the median. We now want to check Fishbowl. I'm not logged into the app. This is pretty much the homepage on Fishbowl with the About section. Fishbowl is affiliated with Glassdoor. It's an app that you can download. You create your own profile, and then it creates an anonymous ID for you. So as you can see here, it's very popular with checking salaries. The person who posts on Fishbowl, it would say associate attorney, or it would say partner. So you're identified more by your position and where you work, or what kind of work you're doing. And you're less associated with your name or an ID name. And I follow a number of different bowls, but mostly tech consulting and the Fang Moolah type of companies, because that's usually where I work, in tech. I provide a lot of coaching in the tech field. I tend to see a lot of people posting, I want to get transferred, I want to get promoted, I have a job offer at one of those companies, and I want to know how much am I going to get paid, or is this offer fair? And people will respond, yes, that's fair. Make sure you ask for additional, perks at the end of negotiation. Don't forget to ask for bonuses or extra vacation or anything like that, or stock options. And you can get the app, I believe here, if you clicked on get the app, you could download it or use the QR code so that you could get the app from your phone. So these are the best options in order to find out exactly what the value is for the position and how much you can ask for when it comes to pay. Okay, so armed with that information, we are now going to go to number 2, which is when we answer the question, we want to make sure we give a range. So you now have a range, $110,000 to $134,000 plus or minus. So when you go to answer this question, you want to give an answer similar to this. I'd really love to learn more about the position and the offer first, but considering I have 9 years of experience at some major tech company, I would expect to be within the range of $113,000 to $130,000, and I think that's fair for my level of experience. What's important about this one, when you're talking about salary, is to not give one number. I did my research, and $134,000 is what I expect to get paid because you're limiting yourself here. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself a reasonable range so that you come in within a certain amount of money. So a range is going to be the best answer. In addition, if you give a very specific amount of money, this is a very good question that recruiters and hiring managers like to use as a way to weed people out. So if you become too specific or you say, I've decided that's how much money I want and that's what I'm going to negotiate from, they may be more likely to say, I'm sorry, we can't work with you. We're not offering inside that number, right? And so it's an easy way for them to just weed people out if you give too strict of an answer. But you do want to be within a range, because we all know salaries come in bands. There are salary bands. 113 to 134,000 is a really nice band, and you can fall anywhere inside that band within reason. Number 3, try to defer the question. This isn't an answer that you need to give right away. So if they start asking you early in the process, you absolutely want to start telling them, well, I'd like to learn more about the position. I'd like to learn more about the requirements, and I'd like to see where I might be able to add value before we start talking about money. Or you could say something like, are you making me an offer? Because usually I don't talk about salary until an offer is on the table, which is a nice deflection as well. You're starting to remind them, have we skipped a few steps here, because I don't really know much about the person I'm going to be working with, and I don't know much about the job yet, but you're already asking me about salary. Number 4, leave the door open for negotiation. Now you can give that range, and then when they finally get to a space where they're like, what do you think? And then you want to leave the door open. I am open to negotiation. I understand that a benefits package could include, equity in the business, extended vacation time or personal time. So when you give an answer like that, it shows them that you've done your research, you understand a range that fits within your position, and now you've also looked into the company's structure for pay and where you have flexibility to negotiate. All right, so those are the 4 areas. First, do your research. Second, give a range. Third, try to deflect the question until later in the interview after you've learned more about the job. And then 4, leave room for negotiation. If you follow those 4 points, you have a very good chance of setting yourself up as a very strong candidate for a good offer. All right, so that's it for this video on the interview question. What are your salary expectations? This type of research is also good for if you'd like to negotiate a raise. So this is a great way for you to get started on understanding where you are in your band and how much room you have to negotiate. But it's a great first step in understanding how much you're getting paid and if you're being paid fairly in the market. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to click the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.